Chapter 10, The Savior.
I've lost contact 2-6. Something's not right. I think...
Yeah, surprise! Okay. So yeah, it's not over. Not yet. So let's see here.
The cameras have EMP emitters that will disrupt your cloak. You'll have to neutralize them if they're in your way.
Alright. Let's see here.
Minimize weapon discharge. Your cloak is being disrupted.
Alright, cloak. Okay. So far, so good.
Disgrace the memory of the millions who lost their lives on the planet 30 years
Yeah, I'll
ago.
take that.
We must stand up to this barbarism. The world is watching. They will see who is right.
Okay.
They will see who stands on the side.
Alright, so I can deploy Spider-Mine. So good to know. Alright, reload. Switch event. And turn that shit off.
Hey, who's there?
Yeah, shut up. So this is pretty much a stealth mission. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay.
There are breaches detected. We estimate 2 to 3 minutes before they clear the podium. They've set up additional cameras. Scan an area before you push through.
It's dead. For that, you should be proud. But our work is not done. We are still at war. The question we now face.
So stay in the bushes.
When I created this agency, I understood what its role would be to operate in the shadows of secrecy. My intelligence had been sure.
Nope, not this way.
Above all, I believe it was our mission to prepare Vector against the growing Hellgas threat. I understood just how important that mission was when we were attacked. Just a few weeks ago, when our great building, not far from us, was almost burned to the ground. On that day, over 200 of our team perished in those fires. Countless citizens lost their lives around the city. Thousands of lives were devastated.
So is this cloak like permanent?
From our fantasy, a fantasy of denial. From that day, we could no longer deny the very real and present threat to our nation. This was a threat that had been allowed to infiltrate our own society and take advantage of our freedoms. If we didn't know it before, we know it now.
Let's see here.
The Hellgas mean to destroy us. They believe it is their duty to destroy us. And for as long as they live, they will not stop. We have nothing but a wall to separate us from this evil. New Hellgas is a failed state. You can't have generals and weapons proliferators. It is only a matter of time. Do not let our recent success delude us. They will attack again. They envy our way of life because we are free. But as free people, we have vulnerabilities. Weakness is the thing we seek to exploit.
Yeah, I am sneaking. I am
Let them
sneaking.
think we lack the will or resolve to fight this war. Every nation faces great challenges, and this is ours. It is incumbent upon us to make the right decision now, so we do not leave future generations with the chaos of our uncertainty. War is fun.
And I get back through here.
It's hard. But we made a decision to confront our enemy and in doing so crush their ideology of hatred. The alternative is inaction and peace. This totally emboldens our enemy. Containment has been our objective so far. Violence. That approach is failed. It's leading to retreat. To strengthen their resolve, and now they cling to our planet like parasites. The Hellcats do not suffer like we do. The Hellcats is someone. It is their real life. They're a very real being. We will never cause them enough pain comparable to that. They kill themselves. To beat them.
So D is to.
Blind them down, these are possible aims. They will not bring us victory.
Yeah, I didn't see ship. You didn't see ship. But yeah, D is.
The Hellcats by our own standards.
Oh, I got 3 minutes. Oh, okay.
We have been afraid to act through fear of violating our
Yeah,
own
D is to retrieve sniper rifle.
Yes, treasure. We treasure its sanctity.
Nope, not through here.
We hold the right of every individual. But extending these rights to the Hellcats will be a fool's
Okay. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Nope. Okay.
We estimate 2 to 3 minutes before they clear the podium.
Okay. Time to get serious.
Area before you push through.
Your heart stop. It's dead. For that, you should be proud. But our work is not done. We are still on the board. The question we now face is how to finish that. When I created this agency, I understood what its role would be to operate in the shadows of secrecy. My intelligence that would ensure our nation's security. Above all, I believe it was our mission to prepare Vector against the growing Hellgas threat. I understood just how important that mission was when we were attacked.
So note to self: I will be decloaked when I shoot.
Was almost burned to the ground. On that day, over 200 of our team perished in those fires. Countless citizens lost their lives around the city. Thousands of lives were devastated. The attack woke us all from our fantasy. The fantasy of denial. From that day, we could no longer deny the very real and present threat to our nation.
Okay.
This was a threat that had been allowed to infiltrate our own society and take advantage of our freedoms.
Okay.
If we didn't know it before, we know it now.
RTO cameras down. Day and white.
Mean to destroy us. They believe it is their duty to destroy us. And for as long as they live, they will not stop. We have nothing but a wall to separate us from this.
Okay.
New Helghan is a failed state.
Let's see here.
Rogue generals and government
Engineers. Those turrets will scan through.
It is only a matter of time. We will not let our recent success delude us. They will attack again. They envy our way of life because we are free. But as free people, we have vulnerabilities. Weakness is the thing we seek to exploit. We cannot let them think we lack the will or resolve to fight this war. Every nation faces great challenges, and this is ours. It is incumbent upon us to make the right decision now, so we do not leave future generations with the chaos of our uncertainty. War is life.
How about the help? Okay, get down. Hi. Yeah, get in here.
Alternative is inaction.
Turrets incoming. They are marking down your position.
Containment has been
Huh.
so far. Violence. That approach has failed. It has made our enemy strong. To strengthen their
You mind?
resolve, now they cling to our planet like parasites.
Okay, let's see here.
The Hellcats do
Look.
not suffer like we do. The Hellcats is someone. It is their
feel like I need to go up there. Okay. Get in here. Yeah, so far I'm not exactly a big fan of the stealth mission. I only got a minute and a half. Yeah, I am surrounded. Back up. Hold on, I'm gonna restart this. Okay.
Estimate 2 to 3 minutes before they clear the podium. They've set up additional cameras. Scan an area before you push through.
I'm trying. I can't go through there. Hey, you don't see shit. Well, I'm actually gonna go up here first. Yeah, there's that scanner thing. Let's see here.
If we didn't know it before, we know it now. The Hellcats need to destroy us. They believe it is their duty to destroy us. And for as long as they live, they will not stop. We have nothing but a wall to separate us from this evil. New Helgen is a failed state, full of rogue generals and weapons proliferators. It is only a matter of time. Do not let our recent success delude us. They will attack again. They envy our way of life because we are free. But as free people, we have vulnerability.
You didn't see shit.
Weaknesses that they seek to exploit. We cannot let them think we lack the will or resolve to fight this war. Every nation faces great challenges, and this is ours.
Shut up. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Okay, got my rifle. Come on. Okay. Let's get out of here.
That approach is fatal. It has made our enemies strong. It has strengthened their resolve, and now they cling to our plan.
Okay. And then access this.
The Hellcats do not suffer like we do. The Hellcats kill campers now. It is their real right. Their very way of being. We will never cause them enough pain comparable to that which they feel themselves.
Incoming. They are locking down your position.
Yeah, I'm going.
I remember when the Hellcats first came along. There was a belief that we could coexist. Through their suffering, we thought we saw our humanity. But this was a mistake. We should have realized then, as we do now, that the Hellcats chose to forsake their humanity long ago.
There you are.
They are an aberration. They do not share our values, and they do not deserve our compassion. The belief that we could live beside the Hellcats was false. We deceived ourselves. It is now time to face the reality.
Let's face the reality. They must have been real proud making that end credit scene. Okay, now it's over. Well, that was Killzone Shadowfall. And the entire Killzone series as a whole. This was definitely quite the interesting experience. And if I remember, these credits were quite long. So I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about the entire Killzone series, Killzone 1, 2, and 3 in this game, in a little bit more detail. So yeah. Now, Killzone 1, it wasn't a terrible game, but it was kind of a flop. You know, it showed some promise, but the gameplay just kind of held it back in some glitches here and there. Like, it tried to be the Halo killer, but it didn't exactly fulfill that promise. But with recent Killzone games, it felt more like the Call of Duty killer. You know, specifically in Killzone 2 and 3, where it felt more like Call of Duty than some kind of Halo killer. But yeah, again, Killzone 1, it was fine, but the gameplay is what held it back. You know, most weapons weren't really all that great. You know, accuracy was kind of shit. Some things were kind of slow, and the various glitches, like characters would like spaz out or like, you know, go like phase through the ground. I mean, the story may have been good, you know, especially with the character dynamics, specifically with Rico and Haka. Their dynamic was definitely interesting, while Yang and Luger were kind of meh. But yeah, the characters in that game were still likable. But then we move on to Killzone 2, and while it was a step up, the gameplay was mostly just Call of Duty, just with space Nazis. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Call of Duty mechanics, you know, aimed out sights, regenerating health, taking cover, only carrying 2 weapons, and other mechanics from Call of Duty. But again, those mechanics aren't bad, but they're just kind of used to death. These Call of Duty mechanics have been used to death throughout the generations. Specifically in the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 era, where a lot of games were trying to copy either Halo or Call of Duty, mostly Halo, and so a lot of games kind of feel all the same. So there wasn't really, a reason to get certain games like if your first person shooter was Killzone 2 or 3, Killzone 2 or 3, then that's totally fine. Again, Killzone 2 and 3, again, they have mechanics from Call of Duty, and it's like those games, they're not worth getting a PlayStation 3. Like, I can get that Call of Duty experience with, Call of Duty or some other games that I get that are on other systems like the Xbox 360 or on PC. But yeah, what I'm getting at is that, specifically with Killzone 2 and 3, they didn't exactly stand out in terms of gameplay. At least Killzone 1 was a little interesting. I mean, yeah, it also did have some Call of Duty mechanics, cooking grenades, vaulting over obstacles, first person executions, but still, and sprinting, and a little bit of regenerating health, but you still need to use like med packs, and there was no aimed out sights. There was zoom with certain weapons. So I guess you could say Killzone 1 was kind of a combination of, say, Halo and Call of Duty, but Killzone 2 and 3 definitely felt more like Call of Duty than Halo or something completely different. And of course, with Killzone Shadowfall, we have aimed down sights. We can only carry 2 weapons. Health regeneration. Again, there's nothing wrong with these mechanics. It's just that a lot of games use those mechanics a lot, and again, it's kind of hard to make certain games distinguishable from other games, like say Halo or say Doom. Like Halo and Doom, they did something completely different. But of course, Halo 4 and 5, and I guess in some capacity Halo Reach, they did stray forward from the traditional Halo formula, and especially Halo 5, it was definitely the game that definitely felt more like Call of Duty, aim down sights and other mechanics from Call of Duty. But this game, I mean, when I first played it back in 2015, I was definitely a little sour towards it, mostly because of reviews I've seen, specifically from Angry Joe. And but of course, replaying this game in 2020 with a little bit of with an open mind, I mean, it's not terrible, but I would say it is a bit of a step down from, say, Killzone 2 and 3. Like Killzone 2 and 3 were definitely the high points of the series, but this game was a little bit of a step back. I mean, sure, it's not as bad as people make it out to be, but, well, at least by today's standards, I mean, yeah, back then, a lot of people didn't exactly like the campaign. Multiplayer-wise, sure, but the campaign, it just felt kind of, it didn't exactly evolve. That was the problem with this game when it first came out. It didn't feel like a next-gen game. It felt more or less the same from previous games and other games. Like, the only next-gen about it is, well, the graphics. And while, of course, there are some additions to this game that did made it more interesting, like, say, the owl. And, the owl is definitely, the big thing about Killzone Shuffle is the owl, because, well, with the PlayStation 4 controller, with the touchpad, you're able to, change the owl's behavior, swipe up for attack, swipe left for stun, down for shield, and right for zip line. The owl was definitely a nice addition, but of course other games have done like a little robot companion before, like say, like in Rage you had the spider bot thing, and say Halo 4 you had the turret that you can spawn. But they definitely try to make the owl a big thing because, well, it was part of their arsenal, and you can't exactly ignore the owl because you will need the owl to progress the story, specifically when you need a zip line across a gap or, hack through a terminal. And of course, you can use the owl to attack enemies, but he doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. He's mostly there to distract the enemies, and he does make a good distraction. And of course, the shield, it does protect you, and you're able to shoot through it, but the enemies can't shoot through it when they're shooting at you. It's a one-way shield, and yeah, the shield was definitely useful. Definitely in certain spots where there weren't really a whole lot of cover, or I don't feel like I want to sit back and wait for my health to regenerate. And of course, you do have the adrenaline packs. You can only carry 2 at a time, but the adrenaline packs, if you're low on health or you go down, you can get back up, and you do have a slow-mo effect, which definitely helps for lining up shots. And yeah, and then it did kind of feel like Fear, with the whole slow-mo. And I guess Fear was also a game that fell victim to feeling more like Call of Duty, specifically Fear 3, where, only carrying 2 weapons, taking cover, regenerating health. Fear 2 also did have some Call of Duty mechanics, aim down sights, cooking grenades, but it still had like health packs and armor pickups and being able to carry 4 weapons. But yeah, there was just some things about this game that were good. The weapons specifically were good. I definitely appreciate that most of the weapons are pretty accurate, because in previous Killzones, most weapon accuracies were not really great, especially Killzone 1's accuracy. Most weapon accuracies in the first game weren't really all that great, especially the Hellgas rifle. It was very spready. It did not excel at long range. But in this game, yeah, you can use the Kaiser very effective, even with the default dot sight. And yeah, but yeah, most of the weapons were cool. They were accurate. But of course, your main rifle, the plasma rifle, and the one where you can have either full automatic or railgun mode. And while it is a cool weapon, but the fact is that you have to carry it. In Killzone 2 and 3, where you do have to carry certain weapons like the pistol. At least in Killzone 2 and 3, the pistols that you have to carry, at least they're infinite use. Here, the plasma rifle, or whatever it's called, it doesn't have infinite use. Like, maybe if it did have infinite use, or maybe its magazine recharges over time, then yeah, it would make a little bit more sense why you have to carry it, because, well, it has infinite use, so yeah. But so I would kind of prefer to either carry 2 or 3 weapons of my choosing without being forced to carry certain weapons at a time or throughout the entire game. And what else? Grenades were kind of meh. I do occasionally use grenades here and there. The frag grenade was definitely a little bouncy here and there. EMP grenades, they definitely do, stun enemies. They also do stun enemies and also disable bots. The story in this game, kind of meh. Yeah, the story was pretty meh, especially like certain characters, like specifically Lucas Kellen. He's the most generic main protagonist out there. At least Sev, Rico, and I guess Yan from previous games were a little bit more interesting, especially Rico, because, well, he's a bit of a hard ass, definitely a piece of work, but at least he was definitely entertaining. But Lucas in this game, he was boring, nothing too interesting about him. And his father, well, he died pretty early on, so we didn't really care too much about him. Sinclair, I guess you could say he's a bit of a racist towards the Hellgas, but I don't really blame him. I'm sure Sinclair went through a bad experience with the Hellgas. Who hasn't in the Killzone series? The Vectans literally went to war. The Hellgas and the Vectans going to war at each other. So yeah, there's obviously some conflicts. Echo, yeah, she's a hybrid, kind of like Haka in the first game, but she's not really all that interesting either. All she wants is like peace, or at least she doesn't want to see any more death and destruction. So yeah, Yeah, characters were kind of meh, and the story was also kind of meh. I mean, definitely. I mean, the part where the Helghast, the remaining Helghast that survived the destruction of Helgen, sharing half of the planet, sharing Vecta, sharing half the planet. That's kind of dumb. Like, why would you allow your enemy to share half your planet? Like, I mean, there was one YouTuber that said, like, okay, maybe, like maybe you can stay with us, but you will be our prisoners. Like in this game, when the remaining Helghast shared half the planet, they pretty much were the same Helghast from the end of Killzone 3, where they have all their weapons, their ships, their gear, their soldiers, and that one YouTuber would suggest that, okay, maybe we will let you have half our planet, or at least a small portion of it, but we will take your guns, your equipment, your shields. We will take everything that you have, and the only thing that you have is your lives and your loved ones. So, and then throughout Killzone, or at least this vision of this one YouTuber thought of was, you're one of the children of this like small group of Helgens that are like prisoners, and maybe one day you and your fellow comrades had enough, and you like make weapons, or you steal weapons, and it comes like this civil war within the imprisoned Helgens. And that would have been cool. That would have been cool if Killzone was where you were actually a Helghast in slavery for a long time, or at least kept like a prisoner, and one day you had enough and you fight back. Like, that would have been interesting. But here, we're still an ISA soldier, a pretty generic ISA soldier, and just fighting waves of Helgens. And yeah. And also, the ending, where Sinclair shoots Lucas. I mean, it's funny, like, in-game, you could take a lot of shots, all you have to do is take cover, and you just regenerate health, or take an adrenaline pack, and you're back to full health. But in that cutscene where you got shot once, probably in the chest by Sinclair, and all of a sudden Lucas is like, "Oh no, I'm hurt. I can't move." It's like, it's very funny. Like gameplay and the story just did not mix. It just didn't work. It wasn't very incoherent. It wasn't very consistent. So it's a little funny how gameplay and story, when they were making this game, they didn't exactly take that into account. And also, why didn't Lucas like shoot back? I mean, he still has weapons, or better off, send his owl to shoot Sinclair, or protect him with a shield. I mean, that would have been a cool ending where your owl saves you from Sinclair. But no, Sinclair just shoots you without you fighting back, or your owl helping you. I don't know. The ending was just kind of a slap in the face, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really have much to say at the moment, but I will say this: Killzone, the entire Killzone series, it's not a bad series, but it's definitely what's the word? It kind of goes all over the place. Like the first one, it tried to be the Halo killer, but it kind of flopped. Killzone 2 and 3, they were trying to be the Call of Duty killer, and then Killzone Shadowfall, it kind of flopped here and there. I'm sure the multiplayer and the co-op mode is pretty good. I haven't tried out the multiplayer yet, and of course the co-op mode is, well, you have to purchase it. It's like $6 at the moment. I don't know if I will be doing multiplayer co-op. I mean, considering that I don't really have many friends on PlayStation. Yeah, I don't really have any PlayStation friends. I mean, sure, I have my cousin and one of my subscribers, but other than that, not really a whole lot. I mean, I think Dylan may have. Yeah, I think Dylan told me that he does have a PlayStation, and maybe I can ask him to play some kind of Killzone mode with him, whether it be co-op or multiplayer. But I wouldn't really hold my breath to that. I think I'll just. I think the campaign will suffice. I may do co-op and multiplayer on my own time, but I probably won't record because, well, it's not really necessary. And besides, it's been like 7 years since Killzone Shuffle came out, so I doubt anyone is interested in this series. I'm sure there are some people that still want another Killzone game, but I mean, like, there's probably not a whole lot of people out there, or at least a large majority of them, that I think they probably drop out of Killzone Shadowfall. They probably have no interest in Shadowfall at this time. But I'll see what the player base is on, at least on the multiplayer side is. You know, see if it's as dead, or maybe there's a good amount of people playing. But yeah. Yeah, I've been rambling for like who knows, like 10 minutes. I mean, again, these credits are quite long, so I think I'll just end it right here. And if there is something at the end, I'll keep it in. But for right now, everyone, thank you for watching my Killzone series Let's Play. You know, Killzone 1, 2, and 3, and of course my remastered comeback Let's Play of Shadowfall. So yeah, it's not as bad as I remembered, and especially coming back with an open mind. Yeah, it's alright, but it's nothing to write home about. I mean, there's definitely a lot worse games out there, like Clono Marines, and some other games that came out in recent years, kind of like Marvel's Avengers, Anthem, and some other games that aren't really all that great because, well, they came out very buggy and non-content rich. But yeah, aside that, so yeah, everyone, thank you for watching, and yeah, stay tuned when I continue more Let's Plays, and yeah, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I think all I'm just trying to say is that thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next Let's Play later. Yep, this has got to be the longest credits I have ever witnessed. Like, it is so unnecessarily long. Like, can you pick up the pace? Come on, can we wrap this up? Like any day now. Yeah. There's probably nothing at the end, but whatever. Okay, seriously, how long are these credits? Like, it is unnecessarily long. Like, I know a lot of people work on this game, but come on! You can at least sped it up, just a little. Unbelievable.